Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. As you can see, the head is still not being shaved. I'm still struggling with spots in the back of my head. I don't know what the frick's going on. I think I might actually have a couple of ingrown hairs. I really don't know what's happened, but I obviously can't see the back of my head. And the hair's getting so long, my wife can't even see what's happening anymore. But it's doing my head in. My head is doing my head in. The wife enjoys this because it's nice and soft to touch now, but it looks fucking shit house. It really makes you look your age, I think. I think when you shave it off, it makes you look that little bit, well, I think it makes you look a bit younger. If I sort of go like that, I look like I've just got short hair. It's quite good, isn't it? So if I walk around like this, I'll be doing alright. Not 20 years off just by doing that. Anyway, I was looking for a pick-me-up soap. I've been having a couple of rough days, to be honest. A couple of down in the dumps days that I've been struggling with. So I thought this stuff here, that darn soap. This is made by Oleo Soapworks, Vida over there. She makes wonderful scented soaps. The soap bases are really, really good. I have struggled in the past with her actual scents reacting to my skin. So this one doesn't. It is coffee and, well, grounds and shavings, as you can see here. Grounds and shavings. There is the Oleo logo, there is that darn Rob logo, and an Oleo Soapworks and that darn Rob collaboration. This is a fantastic product, fantastic soap, and it's a really, really amazing scent. Now, I've been thinking, what does this actually smell like? I can't really, it reminds me of something, and I think I just nailed it. I put some warm water on it to soften it up, to soak it. I don't bloom my soap, but in this case it did bloom because the scent just went poof. It smells like the most delicious chai latte. That's what it smells like. It's got all the spices and things in there. It's got a bit of woodiness, and then it's got that nice mellow coffee. It's not a strong coffee. This, however, is full. This is very coffee, the balm. But the soap is very much like a chai latte. It's sweet, it's gourmand. It's very, very nice. So I'm going to wipe my face. I've got 3 days growth. I just gave my face a bit of a rest because I can. I've got nothing to shave off. Right, got to get the water from the soap, which there's quite a fair bit of it. There we go. God, such a good scent. One of my favourite scents in the den, easily. I think Vida knocked this one out of the park. She couldn't have done a better job of it, to be honest. Right, I've got my rhodium knot. You can see there that it is not in the water. 28mm rhodium knot, which is set into that darn Rob handle. Be a bit silly to use that darn soap and then not use that darn Rob brush. Now, I'm going to leave quite a bit of moisture in the brush, so it looks like that. Now, this isn't treated to the same point of you get from like Turn and Shave. Milton over there treats his own knots now, and to be fair, they look fantastic. They look absolutely brilliant. It's a shame that he doesn't ship internationally, but to be honest, if I do get a brush from him, I'll probably send it over to Jack over at the Gentleman's Groom Room and get him to forward it on to me or to someone else. Obviously pay it all the way from start to finish, but it's going to cost me a little bit more, I think, but I think it's worth it. I know his recent brush that Jack picked up from Milton cost a pretty penny. He's got some really nice stuff going into his den just now as Jack. And I noticed his photographs at the start of his shaves. His photographs just in general, his videography, everything that he does, all his editing and stuff is just becoming very, very good. He's certainly surpassed my channel in that regards by a long shot. I mean, he's English, he's never going to be as good as my channel, just for that sole fact that I'm pretty sure that 99% of the world agrees with me. Right, this is heavily, heavily loaded. There's far too much soap in there. I don't care. Now let me have a look. Is this, I can't remember what formula this is. Now Vida over at Oleo Soapworks has used several formulas, or been through several formulas. I was very lucky to be a tester for her a while back. Obviously, international shipping kills off that sort of thing. If you're in the country, it's easier, and I understand that. And to be honest, I'm probably not the best person to send stuff to, really, because I am honest. You know, I say it as it is. I've got sensitive skin. My skin reacts to a lot of things, so albeit I'm honest and things react to me, probably doesn't react to most people. What have we got? Stearic acid, water, cocoa and butter, potassium hydroxide, palm kernel oil, duck fat, sodium hydroxide, castor oil, jojoba oil, glycerin, flagellant, and sodium lactate for external use only. I can't actually. This says, oh, it's duck fat. I freaking read it. This is the duck fat formula. What a moron. I actually read the words out and didn't realise what I read. So I had my phone call yesterday from the surgeon who is going to be operating on my wrist, well, from his receptionist. She booked me in for the 22nd of May and then phoned me up about 3 hours later and said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm meant to book in another specialist surgeon at the same time. There's 2 surgeons doing the job, I think. One's there for sort of, well, I think it's quite, I don't know how complex it is, but there's going to be 2 qualified surgeons in there. I'm not paying for any of them, my insurance is. But she phoned me back up a few hours later and said, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't booked that other guy in. I'm going to have to try and get him booked in as well. So as a result, I've been put back on the list. Brilliant, happy days. Right, let's just dip the brush, paint some water in. I've been having some pretty good luck of late with my rhodium knot. It's almost like most of the loose fibres or anything that was going on in there, broken hairs or whatever, seems to have subsided in it. Albeit I'm still losing a hair every now and then during the shave or post shave. It's nowhere near as bad. And what I will do is once this shave is finished, if you hang around to the end, I've just popped a little thing in my shave down where my brushes are in order to, especially for this knot, oh, there's a fly, did I get it? No. Just to allow it to air that way, just to see if it makes any difference to my brushes. Now, I did use my Manchester United brush off camera, I just wet it, lathered up in my hand, and then used my new little setup, and it did actually dry quicker. So I will say that putting the knot this way does seem to dry the knot quicker than drying it this way. My memory of using this soap, it's been a while since I've used it, but my memories are always excellent. Every time I pick it up, I love this scent. I should use it more often really, because it's such a lovely scent. It's quite I love a chai latte, I love chai spices, to be honest, no matter what they're in. My chai latte is normally done with almond milk or coconut milk, so it's not as, well, I don't have dairy really at all, to be honest. I even have vegan cheese, which is actually made in Scotland. I buy it in Australia, but it's made in Scotland, which I think is pretty amazing. Very, very good cheese. It's actually called Shees, with an S at the front. Good old Scotland, make the best vegan cheese as well. I've tried a few vegan cheese, and the Scottish one's by far the best. That's everything is out of Scotland, surely. If you watch Kerry Shaves, he says the same. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. Right, I painted enough water in there. You can see how glossy that is and how dense it is. That's the flow through. I'm just going to take my time with this lather because I'm enjoying it. I know Jack over at the virtual groom room, I know he's sent a brush off or a knot off to get a rhodium knot, and I'm quite excited to hear what his thoughts are. I hope I haven't spoiled his surprise if it was meant to be a surprise. You can't really surprise people with the amount of stuff he gets in anyway. He's got so many nice things. Some of his new straight razors that he's getting in are just incredible. I think he should just donate some to my den as well, just to make mine look shinier. God, this feels really nice actually, doing a bit of a lather on 3 days growth. No, a bit of a lather. I'm 10 minutes in, I'm doing a jacket. Minutes in and I'm nowhere near lathered. Oh, there's my first casualty today, first hair. To any Aussies watching, Peter Charkalis over at Ariana and Evans, I've spoken with him, and his Kaizen base is coming to Australia eventually. He's just waiting on some aftershave bottles, I think, and then he's going to post it. It's obviously going to take a while. Look how good the lather is from Oleo. It's really top drawer. Right, 3 days growth to be tackled with the Feather Artist Club stainless steel Chevette. I'm not sure how many uses on the blade, but there's loads now, probably 9-10 uses. And here we go. I'm going to try stretching just a little bit more today. It's so slick. I was hoping I could just grab my cheek there, but it's not working. Let's just see if I can grab that a bit more. Yeah, that felt lovely. Take my time here. I've got a little, not a spot, but I cut myself here a few shaves ago. Well, it might be my last shave, I mean a few days ago. And it did this a little bit of a sort of spot. Just watched Johan. Well, I haven't just watched it. I thought I'd cut there, but I'm not. Doing his fancy pants shave. He's got his straight razors are beautiful. The straight razor I used in the shave, he paid 350 American, was it 310 American? And it's absolutely stunning, like, wow. And just looking at it, it looks like a razor that's worth 600-700. So my lather is just a touch dry. As you can see, it is stuck to the blade there. Which isn't a major thing, but it's just a little bit dry. The reason I'm stretching a little bit harder is I want to try, see how when you stretch far enough, you shave just to here, but when you let go of the skin it pops under here, which makes this angled part here easier to shave. You don't have to scoop your razor around and stuff. Right. Let's catch this little bit down here, going the other way, hopefully don't cut myself. I think I just did. Fucking. You can see. I mean, my chin's always a bit shitty, but I catch that on the against the grain pass. It's just slicing through it, no worries at all. That's a bit better. Just tidy that chin up a little bit. The lather in the water is just, it's covered in hair, but it's still there. It's really glossy. In fact, there's no, it's got a very dense structure. It doesn't really aerate much. It just gets sticky. And the residual slickness is excellent. really top drawer. I don't see, in all honesty, I don't see much Oleo stuff floating about anymore. There was a big push for it, probably 12 to 18 months ago. She's obviously still doing well. I don't know whether she does stuff for other companies as well, and it's not branded as Oleo, I'm not sure. This is just a delicious scent. Just going to do the tips. And for me, this is the best scent she's done. I've smelled quite a few Oleo now. This is the best scent by a mile. It's just brilliant. I have spoken with Rob, well not spoken, I messaged him on, someone messaged asking if this was something new or whether he could get his hands on it, and it was limited edition, or limited run, but he is looking to hopefully revive it. That's better, just rinsing off, easy now. Definitely getting better. Feels more comfortable. So far, I don't think there's any blood, which is good for me. That's like a hot knife through butter, like you don't... I can't get that type, but for some reason I think it's the blade. I don't think it's the actual razor, essentially. I don't feel it cutting the hair. It just sort of melts it away, and that's... I mean, there's a couple of little strands there, but it's almost BBS, and there's no pain from it. Well, I would say so far that is the best 2-pass shave that I've had. Finally got that fly. So far with the feather. I think there's one weeper there, right in the last bit. And that isn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's one of the most comfortable smooth shaves that I've had. Well, it is the most comfortable smooth shave that I've had with that razor. The great thing with the oleo soap is, once it's like this, it's not thick, but it's slick. I'm going to finish off with the carved aluminium with the B plate, the SBB, as Jack would say, which to all you newbies out there is a solid bar. That's solid, it's not open comb, solid. And B plate is the actual efficiency of the plate. It's got a B underneath, 0.73 blade gap. Right, and here we go. Let's so any weepers I get now are from this. I've got a 4th or 5th use Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler. Which, for me, there's no real better blade on the market. You can't really get them anymore. You've got to find them on buy-sell trades and eBay. If you were very, very lucky, maybe something like Gumtree, antiques places. One of the best. Very, very good. Let's just go back to the sink it. A little bit of a feel. That's a really, really close shave. And it feels like I've got extremely minimal irritation. I've got a little bit here. That's about it, I think. Right, I'm going to pop this on straight away before I clean everything up, and that is that darn balm. And where's the ingredients on this? There are no ingredients on this. Surprising. That's pure coffee. I mean, this is real sort of, it's a sweet coffee, but it is coffee. It's not like the soap, it's a slightly different scent. But I think I enjoy this scent probably just as much as the other one. Now, this hasn't been used for a while, so I'm expecting a little bit of gunk. And there was none, no gunk. Very good. Just a tiny amount of it. It is quite strong. It's like, honestly, it's like you've just ground fresh coffee grinds and you've got the milk steam just that. It smells like a coffee house, you know, it smells like it smells phenomenal. It's so good. It's really packed with some amazing coffee scent. Right, I'm going to rinse the brush out to clean that while my skin is sort of moisturising. I don't know what I was sort of looking at there. I even surprised myself by what I looked at. I don't even know what I was looking at. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give the brush my usual flick, not as hard, but actually probably just as hard. I'm just going to flick it as I normally would the brush once I've got all the soap in. So you can see there, can you hear it? Still got quite a bit of soap in it. So you want to try and get rid of as much of that sort of crinkle, crunchy noise that you get from it as much as you can, because that's the soap sitting at the base of your knot. I've lost one hair today so far. I don't want to jinx it, but one I'm happy with. I don't mind losing a hair shape in a brush with thousands upon thousands of hairs in it. It's when it gets to Simpsons levels when you're losing sort of between 5 and 15 per shave. So still nothing come out, no more hairs. Still soap in there. That's a fantastic shave for me. That was a little ingrown there, it was a spot, but it wasn't ingrown, I managed to get it out. So it's healing up nicely. Got a few little weaknesses just over here, but I'll tell you what, I'm really happy with that. Still no more hairs out, which is great. I've shaken that really hard there, you can see how nice the knot is. It's a big knot, it's dense, and you can hear now. There's hardly any noise from it. Beautiful. So I'm just going to give it a real good shake, and I'm just going to leave it like that. And what I'm going to do is I will show you. In fact, I'll show you now. Will I? Yeah, I'll show you now. Alright, so here we are. I've just finished my shave, but I'm going to go and do this now and pop it into the video. Let's go and have a look into the shaving den, or what is sort of the shaving den. There is all the splashes and stuff. There are all the brushes. Now, with this now, normally I would just stick it there and just leave it to air out in the room, no problem at all. Put my specialty lights on, you know what I mean, cheap doodads from Bunnings, work a charm. But what I have done is I have stuck a magnet under here. Look at the colour of that brush there, look at that. That's the first time that's really popped like that. So it just dries there. Once it's dry, I pull it off and pop it back where it goes. Simple as that. But for the sake of a little cheap magnet, super glued onto a piece of wood. Hopefully it doesn't fall off one day and smash on the floor. I'd be absolutely devastated. But there we go. Back to the shave. Cheers. I've wasted fucking 28 minutes of everyone's life anyway. I'll show you now. I'll pop it in here and then I'll get back to the shave. Right, so we're back, and what was I doing? Do you know the worst thing about that? I didn't even stop the video. I just forgot what I was doing. I've showed you the brush, how it works, the thing that I did. What a moron. I don't even know what's happening now. I've lost the plot. Oh, that darn soap. It's a delicious scent. It really is a delicious scent. It's so tasty smelling. Definitely an edible scent. Brilliant label. Brilliant soap base. You've seen how easy it lathered and how well it works. The post shave with the balm is absolutely brilliant. I am going to finish off now with some AP Reserve Essentials, but to be honest, putting it on top of that, it's not going to make any difference. That feels absolutely incredibly soft and beautiful. Really nice. She makes great balms as well, I got to say. I will pop this on now while I'm talking shit. AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum, which, to be fair, has been an excellent product and I've been very impressed with it. Brilliant. Let that dry in now, and I can finish off looking at what I've used. And I'm at 29 minutes. This is getting ridiculous, but it's for me really. I'm enjoying just getting on the video. The Feather Artist Club stainless steel, brilliant razor. Thanks Craig again for sending me and gifting me. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. The super professional blades that I use in it are just exceptionally smooth and sharp. The more you use it, the better it becomes. So don't use it for 2 or 3 shaves and get disappointed that it's too sharp or cutting it. Try and get beyond that. Once you get to the 5th, 6th and beyond, the shaves are just so smooth and comfortable. I've been really impressed with it. As you can see, I mean, I had no nicks, cuts or weepers really from it. I think I had one here and that was it, a tiny one. Finished off with the carved Christopher Bradley razor with the B plate. This is the aluminium version. This is the original aluminium, so if you check out Jack over at the Virtual Groom Room, you'll see the one that he used recently was a jet black handle, jet black top, and a much more vivid red. It was more like the red of this shirt rather than sort of burgundy. It just looks better, it looks much nicer. And where was I going after that? Did I even show the brush? I think obviously I have, but this is beautiful. I love this brush, I really do. There is that darn Rob's logo on the bottom, same one that matches the soap. 28mm rhodium knot made by Sir Jan over in the Australian Capital Territory in Australia, hand tied over there. And I will have another knot of his in the den very soon, hopefully. And finished off today with the balm, which is there. Oh god, that hurt my wrist there. And AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum. What a cracking shave. I really, really enjoyed that. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.